All right, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about one of the biggest, most frustrating parts of running a business, lead generation. But we're not just going to talk about it. We are going to completely reframe it from this random, frustrating guessing game into a system, a real engine for growth that you can actually count on.
Does this feel familiar? You pour money into marketing. You cross your fingers, you hope for the best, but you have no idea if it's actually working. It feels like you're just throwing cash into a black hole. If you are sick and tired of that feeling, you're in the right place. We're about to fix that.
So, first things first, let's really look at the old way of doing things. You know, the approach that so many businesses are still trapped in. I call it the lead generation guessing game. And let's be honest, it's completely broken.
Yeah, this probably looks familiar, right? The endless cold calls, the email blasts to thousands of people, just hoping something sticks. It's the more is more approach. It's kind of like trying to catch fish with dynamite. Sure, you make a lot of noise, but it's messy, it's super inefficient, and you're definitely not getting the fish you want.
And this right here? This is the result. A truly staggering 79% of marketing leads never, ever convert into a sale. Just let that sink in for a second. That means almost 4 out of every 5 leads you work so hard to get just go up in smoke. It is a monumental waste of time, money, and frankly, morale.
So that leads to the big question, right? Why? Why are these tried and true methods failing so spectacularly right now?
Well, it really comes down to a total shift in mindset. The old guessing game was all about being a hunter, just chasing anything that moves, hoping you get lucky. The new playbook is about being a harvester. It's about carefully, intelligently cultivating the right opportunities, using data, personalization, and a laser focus on actual, measurable results.
Look, the reality is, the world has just moved on. Your customers are smarter than ever. They are absolutely bombarded with thousands of messages a day, and they've gotten really, really good at tuning out generic noise. Those old mass market tactics, they just don't even register anymore.
So, how do you break through all that noise? It really boils down to this one idea. The new king, the thing that wins, is data-driven personalization. It's about using what you know to deliver a personal, relevant message to the right person at exactly the right time. That's it. That's what separates the winners from the people just shouting into the void.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, but how do I find these right people to talk to? Well, here's the good news. You already have the map. The answer is hiding in plain sight, right inside your own business.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. Stop looking at your CRM or your list of past sales as just a boring database. It's not. It's a treasure map. It holds all the clues you could ever need, pointing you directly to who your best, most profitable, most loyal customers are.
And that treasure map leads us straight to this, the most important tool in your arsenal, the ideal customer profile, or ICP. This isn't some fluffy marketing exercise. This is the actual blueprint for your entire growth strategy. And you can start right now. Just think about your top 5 customers, the ones who pay the most and complain the least. What do they all have in common? That's the beginning of your ICP.
Now, why is focusing on this so powerful? Well, it all comes down to a simple universal principle you've probably heard of, the 80-20 rule. It basically says that for almost anything, the vast majority of your results come from a tiny sliver of your efforts. And boy, is this true in business.
Just look at this. It's almost a mathematical certainty that 80% of your total revenue is coming from just 20% of your customers. So think about what that means. Your real goal isn't just to find more customers. It's to find more customers who look exactly like that top 20%. So how do you actually build this blueprint? It's really a simple 3-step process. First, you dig into your sales data. Who pays you the most? Who buys most often? Second, you find the common threads. What industries are they in? How big are their companies? What are their job titles? And third, this is the most important one. What is the specific, nagging pain point that you solve for them better than anyone else?
Okay, so once you have this blueprint, once you know exactly who your ideal customer is, everything changes. Your entire outreach strategy flips on its head. You can finally stop the mass blasting and start targeting with surgical precision.
The entire mindset is different. You're no longer grabbing a sledgehammer and just trying to knock down every door you see. Instead, you become a surgeon. You make precise, calculated, intelligent moves that have a way, way higher chance of success.
And of course, you use a modern toolkit to get it done. You use prospecting platforms to build hyper-targeted lists based on that ICP of yours. You can use AI to help personalize your emails at scale. You can even build lists based on who's showing buying intent right now. You automate the first step, and then you jump in for a real human follow-up.
All right, we've covered who to target and how to reach them. But there is one final critical piece of this puzzle. This is the part that turns a good strategy into a truly predictable, profitable growth engine. You have to do the math.
And this all comes down to the core principle of direct response marketing. Now, unlike branding, which can be vague and hard to measure, direct response is built on one simple idea. Every single dollar you spend must be accountable. It has to generate a measurable result. It stops being a cost and starts being an investment in a machine that prints money.
Let's just walk through a super simple example. Say you spend $1,000 on an ad campaign. It gets you 20 leads. Simple math, that's a $50 cost per lead. Now, if 4 of those leads convert, that's a 20% conversion rate, and they each bring in $300, well, you've just generated $1,200. Your return on ad spend is 1.2x. For every dollar you put in, you got $1.20 back. Now you know your numbers.
And that right there, that is the real power. Because once you can measure it, you can improve it. You can test new ads, new landing pages, new audiences, and see exactly what moves the needle. You are no longer guessing. You are in complete control of your growth.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about for your own business. Right now, when you look at your marketing efforts, do you see an unpredictable cost with murky, unclear results? Or do you see a measurable, profitable investment that you can scale with total confidence? The answer to that question changes everything, and now you have the playbook to make damn sure it's an investment.